Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Dychronic, your host here on this Destiny 2 video, and today we're going to be showing you where the Xur, all of his inventory, and the random rolls for August 16, 2019. So like I said, we're going to be showing his location and everything about it, in my opinion, about everything. So starting off, the location is actually going to be on the moon, not the planet, the moon Titan. So go over to the rig, make your way over here, and he is in this little hut right here. It's really hard to miss. You can actually see his thing on his icon on the minimap. We're going to show you what he's got. So this is a high overview of everything that he's got in his inventory. I've actually forgotten that he can actually have Joker's Wild Exotics. Makes me also think that he can have Opulence Exotics, but I can't remember actually seeing that yet. Let's go ahead and get started with the weapon, the Telesto, that used to be an absolute molesto in the Crucible. It came out with a big nerf a few months ago. I don't think with the Opulence. I think it was before the Opulence patch, and it's kind of a middling weapon for PvP these days, and never really had a place in PvE because it is a fusion rifles, and fusion rifles just don't have the DPS of basically any other type of weapon. Basically, fusion rifle projectiles attach and detonate with a delayed void blast. It's also proximity detected, so you basically set little landmines down, and you can also just shoot at targets. There's AoE explosions. Really nice to have in PvP. On top of that, multi-kills with this weapon immediately reload your equipped kinetic and energy weapons from reserves. Something that doesn't make sense here is that this is an energy weapon, so I guess this flavor text is still from before the update in year 2 with, you know, the moving of special weapons. This used to be, you know, a power weapon, but I think power weapons are also considered energy weapons as well, so maybe I'm wrong. So overall, again, this is kind of an averaging exotic for PvP and below average for PvE. Moving on to the hunter exotic known as Onsafe. These gauntlets are pretty useless, and the reason they're useless is because they don't give you great benefits, and you have to have teammates who also have this. There's one for each of the different classes, and it's really not good enough. You grant energy from using certain energies on certain classes to every class around you, and you get bigger bonuses if that person has if that person has an Aeon gauntlet as well. As far as the role goes, you have things like Enhanced Hand Cannon Loader, which is pretty cool. You have Rocket Scavenger and Special Ammo Finder. Overall, like an above average role for a very subpar exotic. Moving on to the Warlock exotic known as Verity's Brow. It used to be called Oculus something. For some reason they changed it, maybe copyright reasons. This exotic is actually pretty good. Energy weapon kills boost grenade recharge rate for you and nearby allies. And grenade recharge rate is a really good neutral game to have on a lot of different characters. It's just that with Warlocks, there's basically a replacement exotic for every subclass and every activity, and there's no real big reason to actually have this. So you have things like D.A.R.C.I for the Void stuff, Phoenix Protocol for Well stuff. You have just a plethora of different things and options that it just kind of gets outclassed in every way. It has a great synergy right here with energy weapon targeting, goes great with this particular exotic, and both fusion rifles and grenade launcher stuff do exist in special and energy stuff, so this will actually help with this. So very above average role for an above average exotic. And then lastly, the Titan exotic known as the Stronghold is basically going to be your sword gauntlets. Guarding with swords increase your movement speed and does not drain ammo. Shots blocked immediately after guarding will heal you. Basically, if you like guarding, you like defending your teammates, is something that is useful, but swords are just not good enough these days, and you can honestly just use like a Sentinel Titan to do exactly the same purpose. And with Ursa's, and it's just better. As far as the rolls go, this is not synergy at all with swords and whatnot. And if you're using a sword, you're not going to have a linear fusion rifle unless you're using Arbalest. And if you have a sword, you may not be interested in shotguns because the sword's great for ad killing in close range and whatnot. So just kind of like a below average role for a very below average exotic. But let me know. I haven't used it much. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe swords are better than I think. Outside of that, make sure you pick up your 5 of Swords for higher scoring nightfalls as well as easier nightfalls. You need to pick that up. And of course, the Invitation of the 9 giving you a powerful reward every time you complete it the following Friday, the following time the Xur comes out, you'll be able to get the next one, and the Faded Engram guaranteed to give you an exotic from Forsaken and before. And that's pretty much it. That is the Xur for you guys today. I'm waiting here for you guys near the Xur in case you want to do a fusion dance from Dragon Ball Z. That's it. I hope you enjoyed. My name's Dychronic, and I'll see you guys on the next one.